How you doing, guys? Welcome to Something About Tabletop. This is going to be a Shadowrun game called Working for the Little Man or For the Little Man. Pretty much we have only 3 people here today as I'm trying out a new time slot, seeing as it's better for me with my time schedules at the moment, and there's not too many people who can play apparently at this time, seeing as for Americans it's super late, isn't it, Heath?
Yeah, it is 3:30 a.m. over here right now.
Oh wow, yeah. See, it's 7 o'clock my time, which is obviously better for me. Um, But yeah, anyway, we're just going to go around the table. Just go around, describe your characters, explain who they are, what they do if you want. We may have seen them before. I'm just going to start with Bluey.
Yeah, my character's name is Radar. He's a mage that specializes in long distance casting, mainly detection. But he's kind of using a combo that I've thought about, Hawkeye, which it allows you to see a mile away and recognize people. And the fact that spells being line of sight, I can just blast them from a mile away and stuff like that. And I can cast line of sight spells from a mile away. I thought it was a pretty neat idea. Where he's very professional, and he's a consummate
Professional.
consummate professional. So he's very he can't get public awareness at one. He's not very well known for those reasons. Just wears a suit and all that.
All right, sweet. Heath.
Hello. I will be playing a character today by the name of Knox. He's basically a Spec Ops style character, Wetworks, Infiltration, B&E specialist. Yeah, he's 5'9", 180 pounds. There's actually a concept image of him up. You might be able to see while I'm talking. Looks very, very stealthy. Chameleon suit and all that good stuff. He's geared to the teeth with fucking BioWare, so trying to be Terminator without all the metal. Personality-wise, very professional. Doesn't speak much. When he does speak, it's pretty blunt, to the point. He just wants to get the job done, basically, and do it as silently as possible with as few casualties as can be had.
Alrighty. Nick.
Yep. My character's Luther. He's a mage. He's a fairly tall, bald guy with a scraggly beard, and he's German, and he ran away from the Catholic Church after he awakened. And he is terrible with spirits, but he is good with alchemical healing magic, combat spells, and manipulation. He's also very bad at lying to people.
Alrighty then. So the premise starts here. You guys have gotten a call up from your fixer, and a very intriguing job in incorporating some corporate inside business type of stuff. You get told to meet up at a parking lot in Everett, in a nicer side of town, and to wait for a white SUV to pick you guys up. And that's exactly what you guys do, unless you have anything specific that you want to do as well. Also, what type of weapons and stuff, if any, are you bringing? So we'll just quickly go around the table just to quickly check up on that. So Bluey, what are you doing? How are you going to get there? How are you going to suss this out? Are you going to bother sussing it out?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna suss it out. I'll get there in my car, and just wearing my suit and my rings, which are my Foki. Yeah.
All right, sweet. Oh, also something to note. What is your mage's tradition?
Psionic.
Oh, okay. So your
Yeah.
character believes that magic is only of the mind and
It's
only one's
my
personal
power.
focal. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Just wondering. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to go to Heath. How you going to rock up to this place? What you're going to be wearing, weapons-wise and stuff. This is a multi-story kind of parking lot kind of place, so taking a cab here wouldn't be out of the ordinary, though flying your glider in might be.
Right, right. Um, depending on the layout. I don't know if there's one of my safe houses is not too far. You'd probably try to go a little more covert and just walk there. Honestly.
Yeah, sure.
As far as weapons, he's got his Arius sliver gun with him, of course, and his K-bar. He's also packing a stun baton and various assortment of some grenades on his person. Um, Thermo, smoke, gas grenades with neuro stun gas, and some flashbangs.
All right.
Apparel, wearing his typical gear, as per the image. You know, he's got his chameleon armor on, his helmet, gas mask like helmet. He virtually never takes off. I guess very few people would have actually seen his face. His chameleon armor and cloak he's in. Yeah, just definitely looking like an operative. That's for sure. He's
All
got
right.
something
So,
to do.
how are you actively trying to not get picked up by the police and getting thrown into jail? Because walking on the streets like that is going to get you exactly where you are there. That's
Well,
the
I
problem.
would imply the chameleon armor and the sneak aspect to otherwise blend in, stick to the shadows. He's got a grapple gun, so it would definitely be, repelling, from rooftops as well and things of the sort as needed, and to otherwise stay out of the public eye. His helmet is geared out with every type of vision sensor you could imagine, so he's definitely on the lookout for everything. I assume it would be difficult to see him before he sees you. Night vision, thermo,
Yeah.
ultrasound, you
All
fucking
right.
name it.
Well, I'll tell you right now, it's going to take you fucking ages to get there if you're going to be taking your way like that. Because, and nicest side of Everett, cameras are pretty much in every street corner. And that's how it is in Shadowrun most of the time, unless you're in the Redmond Barrens or the crappy side of Everett or shitty places in Tacoma. So pretty much your character would have to be constantly in the darkness, or just take a cab,
Well,
or just
I would.
America.
I mean, if I have, I guess if a cab's an option and the cabbie's
Yeah,
not going to
cabs
run for
are
me.
automated in Shadowrun. They don't have drivers. Simple as that.
Oh, well then I guess if you want to burst my fucking stealth bubble, I'll take a fucking cab.
Alrighty, that's the thing with Shadowrun. It's definitely turned into a world where cameras are on every street corner, so getting from place to place, as suspicious as that, is just not an option, sadly. But in shitty places like Everett, sorry, not Everett, Redmond, it's definitely an option, and most people do that anyway. And Nick, yourself?
Public transport.
Cool. And I'm guessing you're not taking any weapons as you're a mage?
Yep, I have no weapons, and I'm just wearing, my armor jacket, which is a raincoat, pretty much.
All right, so you guys take your various different public transports as you rock up to the large multi-story apartment complex in Everett. It's a fairly busy night. It's around probably 9:30 at the moment at night when you were told to meet up. Anyway, sorry, I was just reading something in the chat. So if you want, you can describe yourself as you enter into the third floor, which you've been told to go to, and head on over to a white SUV, which will be waiting for you with the doors open. So if you guys want, you can maybe describe the physical look of your character, apart from Bruce has already done that, and maybe how your character approaches this situation.
Nick, you go first.
Well, he's a bald guy with a beard in a bulky brown raincoat, walking through an apartment complex all alone with his hands in his pockets,
Very well.
looking for a white SUV.
Well, it's fairly easy to find. It sticks out like a sore thumb. When they said white, they weren't kidding. This thing is white as all balls. And just taking a good look at it, you get flashbacks, Nick, of when you infiltrated that base about a couple months back.
Well, yeah, my guy's very calm and collective. He approaches the car in a very good-looking suit. He's got he's got aviators on and like an earpiece right now. Um, he's about 6 foot, brown, clean-shaven hair, just like short back and sides. Just looks like your standard security guard, except
All
for under
right.
your glasses, you can notice like a big kind of red or like a red line tattoo just across one eye.
Okay. And Heath, stealthy McStealth, stealth.
Yeah, Silent McGee over here. Again, yeah, Knox, expecting the van, would casually walk over to it again. Tactical vest, various pads, the cloak pulled up low over his helmet slash gas mask thing he's got going on there. And just stand silently and wait for whatever information it is they're looking to relay.
So you guys will get in the vehicle. I'm assuming, as you've been told, to get into the open door, and you will sit down. And this vehicle itself is almost set up like a limo, as it were. We have one seat backed off and then a seat like that, and you can see a well dressed man on the other side as you guys pile in one by one into the vehicle. He's right now sipping on some kind of alcohol or drink. You assume it is, at least. It has a strange green color to it. He tips it back up and he sits back. The man himself is human. He has long tied back hair, and the suit itself is in exquisite shape and just perfect in every single way. But otherwise, the stature of this man is incredibly casual. Instead of the usual hard-ass Johnson types, he immediately says, "Hey, how you doing? Come in, pile in." Well, by the looks of you, this is the team that I sent for. I didn't send for, my boss sent for. So, as he's saying this, the door closes as the last person enters and the car drives off by itself. You guys look behind you to check for a driver, but you're met with a big black, heavily tinted glass, which you can barely see through. You can just make out the shape of a person where the driver's seat is. He says, anyway, so the job is, well, can't say the cliche, it's not actually that simple. But pretty much what has happened is that, I'm not sure if you've realized, but right now you are working for a corporation. We're not going to exactly openly disclose which one, but you'll find out soon enough. As it is, we right now have a person of interest that was employed by us, a public relations manager of sorts, who's decided to start blabbing to the wrong people. Seeing as for some time we've had a terrorist cell known as the Silver Nasty, a elven rights group, at our heels for rather shady reasons, accusing us of all kinds of nastiness, anti-metahuman, that kind of stuff. Let's just push that aside, shall we? All we want you to do is find out if he is doing this, and we think that basically he's a planted agent, and find out who he is actually being hired by, because I doubt it is just the Elven's Rights Group. After that, kill him. If that is true. I mean, if he is not guilty, don't kill him. But right now, the evidence is stacking up to yes, seeing as right now he's been frequenting the actual home of the Elven Rights Group in Bellevue. Now, you can find out from his home, which will give you the address for, and just by going to the actual Elven Rights Group itself. We don't exactly want you to traveling into our territory or going to where he works, which is with us, so that is out of the question. Now, does that sound clear to you?
Yes.
So, killing a guy, what's the pay?
Well, I'll just hand these out. He gives you guys a few data chips, and I'm assuming you clog them up in your comlink or whatever technological device that you have that can interface, usually a comlink. You could have a deck, I don't know. I'm guessing you load it up?
Yep.
Sure.
You load it up and it has various different different information, including the whereabouts of this guy, who his name is. His name is Ellis Gray, and is basically showing his public relation manager. Pretty much everything the guy just said, and it even has the location of the Silver Nasty group and stuff like that. Anyway, as you guys are looking at it, he just says, well, for how high profile this is, and we want this to be quiet. I mean, if a few guards have to die, or maybe even a few of those elven the terrorists have to drop, that's fine with me. But otherwise, we want this as quiet as possible. We don't want this crossing onto the news or anything. So the payment's going to be 10 grand each, even though this guy's a little bit more low profile than what would be expected for that kind of money. Does that sound good?
No problem.
Just Docs would just nod his head.
That'll be alright then.
Okay. So anything else you need to know?
This guy, is
Security
he...
details.
Sorry?
Security detail.
Security detail on what? He doesn't actually have any active security apart from the apartment block that he's in. He doesn't have private, that is. He does live in an apartment in downtown, which you guys can see right there, in the center of Seattle. And the apartment itself is fairly high security. So that is something to be known. If you want to be going into his home, it's going to be a little bit difficult. Also, just in general, the places that he visits are generally on the nicer side.
Building layout.
That's something you're going to have to find out yourself.
And these elves, where are they?
They're in Bellevue. Basically, Bellevue is suburbia, but highly technological. Drones absolutely everywhere. Security absolutely everywhere. You know. But he says if you can legitimately gain access to the place, they do have charity balls and such every now and then. So maybe you can try to get in on one of those. Pretend to be a donor of sorts for their group.
Would as far how would how public are the blueprints for buildings? Like, how easy would it be to acquire the blueprint for the building to be able to know where everything's at, basically? You know.
Depending on your contacts, if you have, say, a information broker, you know, relatively easy. Some people have this is obviously not the Johnson speaking. This is just me as a DM. So it can be anything from just having the right contacts, being a decker, but otherwise it's not for public access. You're either going to have to pay for it, or you're going to have to shake some people down for it. Either way, there's a few ways that you can go around it.
Right. Oh shit.
Or general surveillance and just getting a good lowdown on the building itself.
Yeah, there's that option as well. I'm just definitely.
The thing is going for his home. This is the Johnson saying this is not absolutely necessary. Getting him in transit. If you have to torture this guy to get the information that you know, that is fine. If he is actually not guilty, his insurance will cover it.
Right.
With a smile.
What? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, this guy, is he mundane? Has he got Bioware, cyberware, anything like that?
He's a known technomancer.
Okay, that's going to be something to look out for.
So, Heath, if you don't know what a technomancer is, do you know?
It's like a rigger, right? But they can just interface with stuff with their mind. They don't actually have to jack in. Is that about
It's
right?
closer to a decker than a rigger. But yeah, they can interface with technology, find technology with their sixth sense, which is the resonance, basically. So yeah, he can hack without having a deck.
Okay.
I'm just annoyed about Astra and Alaska.
What does he have a schedule?
He indeed does have a schedule. He works for us at these times. He shows you the times, and he stops then. This guy and just zipping out, I'm not going to bother giving you the times, but he seems to have an average 9-to-5 job. Getting hold of this guy is going to be pretty easy, because as Shadowrunners, you work at night anyway. You don't work during the day. And this guy tends to go out during the night. He says otherwise he goes to the Elven group maybe about twice a week, where they have kind of club meetings. Maybe he says every Monday and every Wednesday around 8:30. Right now, the day is Sunday, just so you know.
Alright. Public transportation.
From what we understand, he uses his own vehicle. Actually, a company car.
Plates.
He says registration. I can definitely get that for you, but right now we don't have that information. That would be of the company car. I'm not sure if he actually has his own vehicles, but yeah. Otherwise, I can. He gives you an accurate description of the actual company car itself.
Okay.
I'm guessing we can't get any help with the car.
Yeah, like what? How many company cars are there? Like, wouldn't they all look the same?
They do, yeah. He says he's going to get the radio for you.
Okay.
They all have a digital registration, so.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, I'm guessing,
You guys will
we're
access
gonna
it
have
through
to-
AR. Plates and stuff are actually distributed online instead of physically on the car in Shadowrun.
Okay.
Sometimes it is on the car itself, but most of the time it's just online.
I assume we got a photo of this guy too. What he looks
You
like.
indeed do. He is a human, from what you can tell. But other than that, he's pretty bland looking. Black hair. He is 5'9". He has fairly pale skin. He looks fairly professional looking, wearing a suit.
Wait, sorry, which one was the gnome?
There is no gnomes. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I had gnome for whatever reason. I had gnome technomancer.
Nope, he is a technomancer. He's not a
Oh,
gnome.
Okay, I'm just crazy then. I
He
had
is a
gnome.
known. I said known technomancer.
Oh, he's a known technomancer. Okay, my bad.
That's fine. Sorry about that. All right. And then at this point, as he's talking, all of a sudden you can see kind of the guy kind of go like that, just kind of oh, and then he pulls out his phone and he looks at it quickly and he says, "Very well, I've just got a message to the registration number, and here it is there," as he sends it to your comm links respectively.
Excellent. And I guess the last thing Knox would not necessarily ask, but I guess check out the picture. Is there any specific distinguishable features about this guy at all? Something just that would stand out?
He has very blue eyes. Apart from that, there isn't too much. Picking this guy out of the crowd might be pretty difficult.
Right.
I'm guessing he has a SIN number or something like that.
He indeed does. He is a Gentech limited SIN.
Yeah, if we can see that, then
Yeah.
Radical
SIN
Technomancer
identification will be on the actual. It'd be actually on the file itself, dude.
That's still a matrix perception check to see that, isn't it?
It's on the data file. I can just tell you what's on there. You
Yeah,
can
no
read.
problem. If you're looking through a crowd in AR or whatever.
Yeah, you're going to 100% need a matrix perception check to find him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so our job pretty much is to find him, find out if he's running you guys out, and then find out who is doing this, or
Yes. This information may actually be at the terrorist cell itself. So starting there may be a definite way to find out. You may not even have to interact with him to find out if he is actually 100% working with them. Getting onto their actual computer systems may guarantee that. Mind you, torturing him or otherwise convincing him of what to do is a great way.
Yeah. I don't think any of us are the hacker type here at the moment, so I think that looks like the only option.
Something else to note, on his actual file, he does have a wife and 2 kids. I forgot to say that.
trying to make up for your story, aren't you?
It's up to you what you guys do. If you want to torture children, that's fine.
Oh,
Well, we're gonna have to kill him anyway, aren't we? If he's guilty, that is.
Oh yeah, but not kill his children.
yeah,
I mean,
that's another step. I don't know how I feel like that as a player.
Yeah, well, all I can say is there is obvious leverage if you need to use it. Or you can
Right.
just-
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's role playing. That's not Knox's personality. He's not that big of a dick.
No, if it actually came down to that, obviously I wouldn't make you guys roleplay that shit. If you just wanted to say, I do X, that's fine. I would never push you guys to roleplay, torturing people
Yeah.
or torturing children or
Yeah,
anything.
there's some pretty dark themes going
No.
into the human psyche like that.
Now,
I wouldn't have
anyway,
any problem doing that. This particular
Yeah.
character would, though.
yeah, of
Oh,
course,
yeah, no.
'cause you're a professional.
That's the thing, yeah, code of honors do conflict a lot, which
Yeah.
is good sometimes, like for roleplay.
I mean, I wouldn't have any more
Go on.
questions. I would have. I mean, at that point, I think I would have like milked as much vital information as I could have out of the guy, and I don't know. I'd get out. That's all he's got for me. I'd get out of the van and get busy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just so you know, the van is actually driving. They're kind of just going around the block over and over and over again. And
Oh, yeah.
as soon as you guys say you're done, he's just going to let you guys out.
Yeah. No worries.
All right. He says, is there any place in particular you want to get dropped off?
What time is it?
Bus stop.
What time is it right now?
Right now it's probably about 10. I think it was 9:30 when you got there. Half an hour past.
Like-
And he's gotta go to work tomorrow, right?
He indeed does, and he says, we do not want to see you at the Gentech premises.
I mean, a home invasion may not be a horrible idea, depending on how guarded it, if his house is guarded at all. Being a wage slave and all, maybe not.
He's a fairly high up wage slave. He is basically in charge of public relations.
He
Just
may
sort of
have.
in downtown. He's going to be able to get help somehow.
Yeah,
He
no,
is
but the
in
thing is,
a high security apartment in downtown.
high security. Okay.
Getting into that is not too much of a problem for a group of Shadowrunners.
Yeah, no, we are playing a very stealthy team at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a
Why?
problem doing that, but I could reasonably I could fucking hang out outside of Gentech and never be seen.
That's
But
true.
we could bust in there as well, but I don't know. I would want blueprints. I would want schematics of this fucking building. Like that'd be so important to me.
Yeah, getting those blueprints without a hacker is pretty hard.
I mean, I have contacts. One of them's fairly
Yeah.
contacty, I guess you could say. Unless I don't know anybody else has. Like, let me see. The one contact I have is. Let me know if this matters. Thomas. Loyalty 3, Connection 4.
What is he?
I just wrote down Fixer.
Okay, yeah, so a fixer is the guy who can get you things, but for a price.
But alright. Sure. Yeah, that wouldn't bother me really. I mean he's loyalty 3. We're friends.
Yeah.
Ish.
Friends-ish, but friends enough, I guess.
I guess that's what
Do we want to go into the apartment?
I will go into the apartment. I don't know about
Well,
You-
my thing's doing it, like staying out of it, but still getting the information I can. I mean, I can invis you, but I'm going to say out of character right now, invis isn't perfect. A lot of players think that. I used to think that for a while.
well,
It-
whatever it does, I guess I have
It helps you.
I
It
have
will
a-
help you, but it's...
chameleon suit and like a stupid high sneak and everything else. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain if it's going to give me more dice or modifiers at all. I mean, it'll be
Oh,
like
no, it will definitely help you. The thing is, there's ultrasound cameras which just sound waves being bounced off you, so that breaks invis. And there's also mage sight or astral sight, which allows you to see like their life aura. So,
right. Yeah, like I said, I have ultrasound stuff as well, so that's definitely something I did
Do
take
you
a
have
look at.
what is it, dampening, whatever I call it?
I got thermographic dampening on the chameleon armor.
That's thermographic vision. That's like your infrared, your heat that you're giving up.
Yes.
Not. This is like sound waves bouncing off, so that's different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I am. It's sonar. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
That'll still
yeah.
be able to pick me up, which is again why I would want the goddamn blueprint, so I know where all this stuff is at.
Yeah. Well, if anyone's call up there, I mean, my fixer is a Gentech Corper. I could always
Okay.
call him up.
Um.
He's only a 3/3 though.
Alternatives to going inside the apartment are finding out where these elves are and going there and not even talking to this
You know
guy. Or
exactly where they are.
Yeah. And
They live
not
in
leaving
a
here.
basically
So,
a large commune mansion in Bellevue.
So we'd
Wow.
be going into a gang mansion, is what you're saying.
A terrorist cell mansion.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of that at all.
I like it better than going to downtown.
I mean, it's only, I don't know, downtown I only see as a problem, like, if they see you. You know?
Well, the thing is, like, if I can levitate myself while I'm invisible on top of a building and then clairvoyance and clairaudience, I can kind of, you know, get a idea of things. But that's limited to what I can. It's a line of sight spell, so you know.
Right. Like I said, I would just, I don't know, I'm totally okay with the infiltration. Like I said, that's kind of what Knox would specialize in. He'd be leaning more towards getting into this dude's fucking house. Invading a terrorist cell mansion, code of honor,
Yeah.
unnecessary deaths. I would like to
Yeah.
avoid, and that seems like it would be nigh
To be
impossible.
To be honest, a Bellevue mansion is we're just as likely to get into the actual guy's house.
Alright, so we're going to go with the apartment building.
The only other thing I
Guys,
could
get him in
think of-
transit.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
always the plan.
That's what I was
That's
about to
always the
say.
plan.
That's what I was going to say, man. We could just snag him on the fucking way. So,
Do we know, like, within his timetable and his destinations that he goes to, are there any lower level areas that he travels through?
Alright. No, he tends to stick but around the higher up areas. But he
Okay.
does go through a not super amazing area of Bellevue to actually get to the mansion itself. And from there, it's actually relatively close to the Redmond Barrens. So, if need be, you may be able to snag him.
Yeah,
there.
that's where the least amount of surveillance is if we were able to do anything.
There's actually a local bar and club there that he goes to.
Ah.
how often does he frequent that? Would we know that? Would that be part of the information?
He basically it just says some nights he goes to this bar and club, but that's it. It is not exactly known what he does. You guys have a definite that he's going to be at a club meeting for the Silver Nesty terrorist group tomorrow night at 8:30.
Does the car, like the house, has it got like its own like courtyard kind of thing, or does he have to, get out and on the sidewalk and walk up there?
The actual mansion itself, looking at pictures that you were given of the place, which would be available, the mansion itself has its own massive courtyard, and there is the stereotypical kind of big, large iron gate that you go up to, and then you got to get access to go in, kind of thing.
That's courtyard, yeah. Alright.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Either in transit or or at his house.
Well, at his house, he's probably got a bit more personnel around the area, and
I imagine they'd have some sort of security checks in the apartment itself, so we'd have to get through that.
and that would play against your kind of unnecessary death thing.
He's not
Right.
gonna-
I
Yeah, knock him out. Yeah, Troy, knock him out.
that's what I'm saying. I got a stun baton and Vulcan nerve pinches. So
Just go the good old route, bash him over the head in transit and take him to the Rebel Barons.
the question I have about the in transit is like, how fast is he going? Does it stop? Like, how we got to get him out of the fucking car.
It involves running him off of the road usually, unless
Right.
you guys have a decker, or he has an open window and you guys can mind control him with spells. I don't know.
Yeah,
I shoot lightning bolt.
I don't have lightning. Oh, you have lightning bolt. Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
physical barrier. There we go. That stops cars. It stops them right good.
I guess it'd be whatever else, you guys vote on. Like I said, I have no problem trying to get into his building, or if you wanted to try to get him in transit, but we definitely need to take into consideration all of the things that are going to come along with that, like where in the in the lowest surveillance zone where we would likely get him. Is there gang territory going on there? What's going on in the area exactly?
Well, in Bellevue itself, gangs are usually limited to the people who actually run the gangs themselves. Bellevue's that nice suburb, that place where the really rich millionaires live. So gangs, kind of, but it's not like they own the place per se. They just kind of live there. Bellevue's where the corporations own the place.
How heavy is? I mean, police patrol is probably pretty heavy in that area, though, isn't it?
It is.
So that's
Downtown
definitely
is just as high.
That
You
would
said
be
you
actually.
the bar, did you?
But we hit him close to the Redmond Barrens. They might not extend too far there.
Mm.
Oh, there's a big wall up at the.
Yeah, there's a big wall there, and they
Barons.
basically on the other side of that wall,
Yeah.
they barely give a shit.
So where you said he freaking in a bar, didn't you?
Yeah,
he sure did. But when he gets there, you don't know.
yeah, random.
Maybe some general surveillance of him, following him in vehicles, generally going to places that he frequents, and just kind of waiting for him over the next couple of days. You may be able to find him. Or you can just try to sting him. Otherwise, it's...
Who's okay at driving?
Do I
I'm
actually
not.
have driving? I've got a car. I'm not very good at driving it.
I have a car that you can. I have a car that you can drive.
I got a fucking plane. I think that would be.
Yeah.
I could follow him pretty well from the sky. It's like a stealth fucking plane. It's an ultralight. So I don't know. There's always.
Maybe. I don't know. Like.
I need to have a look at this plane. Just give me a sec. What's it called again, Heath? Just so I can get a look at it, because I'm not...
I believe it's the Artemis Nightwing. It's a one-man aerial ultralight. It's got thermographic dampening and low engine sound, and it's a stealth plane, man. And I'm using the term plane very lovingly. It's literally not. It's a glorified glider.
Yeah.
It's a glider. Yeah, that's a glider. But it's super stealthy. So yeah, that's cool.
Boom.
Is it a glider in the wow? Okay. Is it a glider in the fact that it needs to be launched from a height?
No. It's got an engine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine then. You just need a runway to, like, how do you take off with that thing? Where do you live?
I mean, I'm sure there's a decent, length of road or an alley that I could fucking propel this thing down.
What's your lifestyle? Low?
Yeah, it's low.
You could just live in the Redmond Barren and just take off in the middle of the road.
That's what I'm thinking, dude. Like,
Some freaking hobo's drunk out of his brain. He's a plane
Because-
take off from the road. Huh?
Redmond Barrens is like the slums of Seattle. Like there's shittle police patrol.
Yeah, man.
There's also
I
a
would-
giant nuclear waste zone.
Like I could like try to do some aerial surveillance on him, and if, I don't know, you guys could do like foot surveillance. You know what I mean? Like I'll follow his car around and see if he takes like the same general path.
I'm just trying to
Can you
think.
move clairvoyance?
I don't think I
I
can
can
move
just cast it over and
clairvoyance.
over again, can't you?
Clairvoyance,
But you
no,
can
it's a
cast it
single
again,
point.
so-
It's a point, just and you put it there. Like the car would be continually moving, and I have to.
I'd say if you just put it on the car, it'll follow the car.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
But as soon as it goes out of line of sight of you, the spell cancels though, because it has to be within line of sight of you.
If I get on top of a building and just
Yes.
kind of just
Hey,
scout
man.
it out for a while.
Do you know how to fly a plane?
I don't know.
Oh, so if you wanted to like always have line of sight, I got this.
I know. What you could do, right, is duct tape me to the bottom.
There you go. I mean, I only have one seat, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe I could rig up like a fucking.
You can fit two in there, I guess.
No, I think
It's a
that might be
glider. No, you cannot.
it might mess around with the weight.
If you want to sit in my lap,
Well, how heavy is your character blogging? I'd say if both your characters are fairly light, you know, you
My
might be
character's
able to do it.
I've got like, what is it? I've got 2 body.
Wow, your character's super light.
Yeah.
He is 6 foot though, didn't you say?
I might
Oh.
change that. I didn't realize. He's 5'5".
My character is small now. Jesus Christ, Bluey. Okay, I'll let that slip one time. Jesus fucking.
I'm making him proportional because then he'd be like super skinny if he was 6 foot.
I don't know. I guess my character is relatively light. He's just like exceptionally like toned. I guess 180 pounds. I don't know, man. Maybe I could like we could hook up a harness so you can just hang out on the wing. Or
You'd have to
something.
hang out on the bottom. Also, yeah, he'd have to like be stuck to the bottom or something ridiculous.
That's fucking scary.
It'll be all right, dude. Don't worry about it. It'll be all right.
I can levitate myself.
The scariest part is going to be just taking off. You know, just the ground whizzing
My
by.
face is right against the ground.
It'll be like the biggest adrenaline rush ever. Like fun.
It's alright, I'll take psych and I'll just kind of calm down a bit.
Yeah, dude, just dope yourself up. I think that's what we should do.
If we're gonna go
I
crazy,
think I'll stick to stopping the car.
I like
What?
to play crazy.
Is my
so-
job. I think I'll stick to my job of stopping the car.
Like, but my character's a consummate professional, so I think that's a bit too crazy and out there for him. Or it's perfect for him because that's why he's not known. He always does this shit. Oh, I'm so torn. I like to play crazy things.
I mean, I guess since no one wants to do the aerial surveillance,
The aerial surveillance for you is fine because you can kind of direct us what route he's taking and stuff, and then we can make our way to areas and.
yeah, I
can be
suppose we'd all have like linked like comm links, you know.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
working
yeah.
together,
Definitely.
so I could relay the information to you.
Remember, he is a technomancer, though.
He's got to know I'm there, man. I'm fucking way up in the goddamn sky above him, making no noise. Fuck this guy. I'm just another plane. He even knows I'm there.
Yeah. Like, technomancer's
I
not going to
doubt
get like, active unless he's super paranoid and he's just sifting through all the comm links around him. Like,
I have a jammer.
jammers are quite obvious, and it will stop all the electronics that you have. Yeah.
I think the plan is you two doing surveillance, and I'll follow out of eyesight behind him in the car and try and get an
Well,
idea of what route he takes and where's a good place to stop him.
Alright, I'm gonna do a knowledge streets to find a good like kind of crow's nest for me to get a good line of sight for him for a while that follows one of his routes. Can I do that?
You don't know which route he'll take is the problem.
Good point.
If you guys want, we can kind of speed this up and just do a general kind of I'm following him check. You
Yeah,
guys
okay.
use your vehicle, you guys use your aircraft, and you roll a stealth check and roll a perception, and whatever that may be, maybe over like a couple days, you guys do surveillance, and depends on that, depending on what you get. So we'll just kind of speed it up. If you guys want to do surveillance over multiple days, that's what you guys do. You guys roll your stealth, and then you also roll your perception checks to see what you see.
Okay.
But if you guys want to do something crazy like tape yourself to a plane and follow him, then go ahead. Obviously, that is either going to hinder you or help you.
I'm not. I'm not gonna save myself the fun.
I'm pretty sure that would be the most advantageous course of action.
I don't think I'm all down for that. Sorry.
Whatever. Alright, I guess
Let's
do
like
the
look
fast
at him.
forward.
Sorry,
I
Derek?
can do my. Right. So you want to do a sneaking check and then a perception check on top?
Yeah, but also, how are you doing it? How are you staking it out? If you guys want to do a couple days to stake this guy out, to really lock down what he's doing, go ahead. But during that time, you guys are really staying away, keeping your distance, and you
Yeah.
can't really interfere too much. Maybe
That's what
someone stays at the bar, goes to that bar that they've heard he goes to. They stay there for the next couple days. Note when he comes. Someone else follows him in the plane now and again. Works out when he's leaving from work, follows him. Works out when he's coming back from work, follows him. And when he goes to the elf's place, they do that again.
Yeah, I can follow him in the car like at a distance, really far back, you know.
I think I'll stake out the bar then.
Yeah, you can do the bar.
Alright, man. That sounds like a plan.
So
what the shit am I
you want
rolling?
sneaking then perception.
Depending on what you're doing. If you're driving, I want drive checks. If
Ah,
you are in a
shit.
bar, depending on how you want to stay hidden, you can either roll stealth checks, like you try to hide in the crowd, or you can roll etiquette checks, you try to blend into the crowd.
Shit, dude. Alright, I'll throw you some
I'll take
piloting.
etiquette.
Alright, let's see if I crash and burn.
Alright. I got one hit on my stealth check, on my car check, so I can't drive for shit if it was different.
Well, why didn't you choose a better course of action? Like, I'm going to try to gain access or just kind of watch him from the streets near his home, see
Because
when he leaves.
I would have done that, but like I thought, like I don't
Try to
know
do
how
something that your character's good at, like
Yeah.
stealth. So try to
I
use your
was-
stealth.
Yeah, I was
got-
just trying to think to myself. All right, I'll do that.
I got 6 hits for the piloting.
Phew.
Whoa! Jesus, holy Christ! How much piloting dice do you have?
You use agility, right, for driving?
No, it's reaction.
Reaction. Let me see here.
And you plus your driving skill, whatever that may be.
Okay. Let's see. All right, let
Is
me
that
do
an
it.
edge sound?
All right, I guess let me do over.
Thanks, Bluey.
Okay, so this says I have 0 hits for piloting, I guess now.
Okay.
I rolled less dice.
How much edge do you have?
Yeah, I got 5 of them. I might use one of those.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's use one of those edges. All right, I got 3 hits that time.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks for that. And Nick.
Right, yeah, I'm going to be using etiquette in the bar to blend in and watch what he does when he comes, when he goes. So that's 4 hits.
While I'm doing would I? Oh wait, no. Then I'd be taking -2 to all those rolls. So
So yeah,
never mind.
Bluey, how are you doing your thing? How are you spotting him?
It's
What are you doing?
this is me like on the street, kind of. Yeah, just from points that he during his travels that he will be going to and leaving, kind of hanging around, like looking, just like blending in with the crowd, I guess. I guess I don't know. It's more sneaking, so I'd be like around corners and stuff, just seeing where he leaves from to try to connect the dots of
Yeah, sure. So you're going to various different places, following him, working out where he may go, going there,
Yeah.
waiting, doing that kind of thing. Is I'm going to say you guys are probably going to be doing this for about a week,
Yeah.
trying to gather as much information that you did. Everyone also roll their perception checks as well, so
Yeah,
I
I
can
did.
tell you how much information. Bluey's already got his, so I'm going to start with his. So Bluey, pretty much you're kind of watching where he's kind of going, seeing if you can spot him. You're fairly successful. You definitely tell that the transcript that they gave you of what he does to his day-to-day life is pretty accurate. And he seems to frequent that bar quite a bit.
The
Also,
um,
just put it in the chat. I'm just going to continue here.
okay.
Also, you can tell from just how he's moving and stuff like that, he isn't paranoid or anything like that. The car itself, it's fairly hard to spot him. He just looks like an average guy. And other than that, you get pretty tight what his schedule is and how he moves around town. Pretty tight. He tends to use the main roads and stuff like that. Okay, so Bruce, how you do perception? Sorry for not telling you this, but you roll an intuition check plus your perception skill. So intuition skill rating plus your perceptions. Sorry, your intuition stat, which is I think for you three, and
Yeah.
then you add your perception skill rating. So if that's 5, it's 5. It's 6, it's 6, and then you add 3 to that, so 9, etc.
Okay. All right. So in that case, I would have had 2 hits on the perception.
All right. So following him from afar, Bruce, you're able to definitely get his route down pat. He tends to follow the same places, the same way, going the same place. Unless the traffic is particularly bad in an area, then he seems to go around it a different way through back streets. So if you guys have the news on saying where the traffic is going, you think that you can accurately tell what he's doing. And other than that, he takes a fairly direct route to and from work.
Okay. Um, I actually want to double check something myself real quick, so gentlemen, feel free to do
All right.
whatever.
So, Nick.
1 hit perception.
All right. So your endeavors at the bar, he does come, but you're never really confident enough to get too close to him because every single time you seem to show yourself, he seems to be watching you. And he's there fairly regularly, almost every night that he is not at the Elvish terrorist cell. He maybe comes to the bar maybe for about an hour or so after every single work shift. And one particular night, maybe around on the end of the week, maybe on, say, on a Saturday night, you're kind of sitting there minding your own business, kind of watching him, and then you kind of get bored, start doing something else, and you kind of turn your head up, and he's sitting adjacent to you in the booth. And he's looking you in the eyes. His strong blue eyes seem to be kind of ripped with inquisitiveness and even a tinge of paranoia. And he says, "You've been here quite a few times, haven't you?"
So have you.
Just from getting a hero around the place, it seems that you're rather interested in me.
No, bit more than you'd like to know.
You can definitely see a deepened expression, and he says, why are you watching me? What's going on?"
I look around, see if anyone is close enough to listen to us or overhear our conversation.
Definitely, this bar is actually, relatively frequented, but otherwise people aren't paying any obvious attention to you at all. The music is relatively loud in here. If need be, you could ask him to go around the back if you wanted. I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be frank with you. It's about these elves.
What about elves?
The elves at the what were they called?
They're called the Silver Nesty, or they're just a elven rice group that is in the media quite a bit.
The silver. What was it? The
Silver Nesty.
silver nesty. Silver nesty. You wouldn't happen to know anyone in that group, would you?
He says, "How'd you know about that? It seems that you've been following me more than just watching me in this bar. What's going on?" He says.
Because someone seems to be quite interested about your dealings with them. In fact, some things about information getting out about certain things.
You can definitely see a small amount of sweat start to trickle from his face as you can see him trying to compose himself. He cracks his neck and sits back, and trying to look tough, you can still see his hand kind of quiver. But he seems to have a deep look of concentration on his face right now. He just looks at you. Says,
You
Don't know
take
what
them
you're
on to
talking
triggers won't do much for me. It looks pretty well that I know what I'm talking about. I can see it in your face.
I'd assume sorry for butting in. I assume we'd kind of be nearby since we've been following him.
maybe, maybe not.
I may not be because I was walking and shit.
The thing is Bruce kind of does passes in a plane. He wouldn't sit there and fly around in circles around the building for hours. The petrol would run out.
Yeah, I know.
So
It's electric, but still, yeah.
electric, yeah. It's kind of assumed when you guys are doing this that you guys are kind of taking areas where you guys both aren't at the same time. He can most definitely call someone though.
Yeah.
But Nick, is your comlink on right now?
Yes, is your comlink on
yeah.
right now? It's a technical monitor.
The comlink was on. It's a medlink that has.
Okay.
Oh shit!
If so, what? What's going on?
Basically, he's got the equivalent of a burner. He's got a PC phone.
Yeah, I have a.
Oh. Useful.
I want to try and cast influence on him and tell him I think it's in your best interest that you tell me straight away what your dealings with these elves are.
What are you casting? Sorry, I didn't hear you. I lagged up a bit.
Influence.
Alright, cool. Thanks. Cast that, please.
Yep. I'm going to use edge on this.
Sure.
And, that would... I didn't do it at 4-6. So... Yeah. So that is... 1, 2, 3, 4... It's a 4-6.
So how many hits did you get?
6.
Alrighty, with 6 hits, you know, looking at it, and you can see, like, even though he definitely seems to be quivering, he is fucking strong of mind, and you kind of stare and force this, imprint of that thought on his mind, trying to rip part. You see, he kind of, you can see him kind of concentrate. His eyes kind of go like, oh, as if he's trying to fight something off in his head. And then he kind of shakes. And what exactly was the imprint that you're putting on his head with influence?
that it's in his best interest to tell me everything about what he's doing with these elves.
He
What's
says,
the
I
things that
have
he's
next
scared
to
about?
nothing. Yeah, he just says, I have next to nothing to do with the elves. I'm working with EvoCorp. And then he kind of closes his mouth and looks up. And looks
I'm
at you.
smiling. I think we're
And
going to
he-
go for a bit of a walk.
He just kind of gets up and cracks his back. And he looks pretty nervously at you and wipes his brow. He says, yeah, I guess we will.
So yeah, is my comlink still working?
Looking at your comlink, nothing seems to be different. Unless you would like to default on a matrix perception check.
I'm just going to give a call to the other two guys, telling them I've got them at the bar. And that'll be it.
Okay. You guys don't get the call.
Yeah. It's logic that uses matrix perception, isn't it?
It's intuition.
Intuition. Ah. Are you a psionic mage, Nick?
No.
Ah.
So, yeah, Nick, basically, as soon as you call, it doesn't go through.
Should have expected it from a technomancer.
Yeah.
He just kind of smiles, and you guys are still in the bar, and he says, I think I'm going to be quite fine here. And I've had a little bit of a look at your recent connections so far, and I would like to thank you for the little bit of information you gave you. Let's just say it was a mutual exchange that happened here. And if you dare do anything, I can quite easily contact the Knight Errant in the local area. And we don't want to have that happen, do we?
I don't think you'd very much enjoy being dead either.
Make an intimidation check.
Woo. Them be fighting words, boy.
Alright. I'm also going to employ my daily edge for this. And I think I'll use my last edge for that. Can we use edge again, or?
Oh, you
only
can't use
use
edge
once.
twice on the check. No, it's only once.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's nothing.
No hits.
Wow, 0.
With edge.
Yep, wait, hold on. Was I rolling the right? Yeah, nothing.
Oh,
Okay.
that's unlucky.
As you kind of say that, your voice kind of cracks at the end of the sentence, and he just smiles and he says, you can try to kill me, but there's a whole bunch of people in this bar that may have a problem with that, and Knight Errant will be on your ass. He kind of sits back down, kind of composed himself, much more confident. And he says, well, looks like I'm not going to be going back to work tomorrow.
You do know that your life is pretty much forfeit now.
He just kind of slowly nods.
If it isn't us, it's someone else. So how about we cut a deal?
He says, I'm not really interested in making deals at the moment.
Well, if it would stop someone from coming after your ass, you disappear, appear dead, and no one's the wiser.
What do you mean appear dead?
Well, exactly. You don't have to be, but Mr. Johnson doesn't have to know that.
Make yourself a negotiation check.
Okay. Now, this one I actually have skill in. I'm going to use edge to make that slightly less terrible. Oh wait, no. 4 hits. I missed that one. That'll work. Oh no, I think that's alright. 4.
Okay. With 4 hits, you can see him seriously considering this. Rubbing his head, he says, well, we might have a bit of a problem with this, because ever since we've started this conversation, I might have called up for some backup. And from this, we're going to change scene. So you two were surveying the area in different places. So I'm going to say at this point, Bluey, you were surveilling somewhere different in Bellevue, in between his house and the bar, and you were going to be watching where he was going. And
Yep.
Bruce, on the other hand, was basically coming back for another shift with the vehicle, because it's usually around this time that he leaves the bar. You guys have also noticed that Nick has been strangely out of contact with you guys, which is, usually around this time he usually says something once every hour, but he hasn't.
So,
Also, Blue, you do notice that some vehicles which you remember from some of your surveillances of the actual Elven mansion come rushing past. About 3 of them. A decent enough, large enough convoy. 2 sedans and 1 black SUV.
I've got like
And
6
they were
intuition.
they were not following the road rules too.
Yeah.
Something's up.
Oh, there's no road rules, is there? Oh. Yeah, that character makes a cameo.
Okay, and Bruce, you also notice when flying on high in your vehicle that a large convoy, and you communicate obviously this very quickly with Bluey, is heading towards Nick's location.
Well, not knowing Nick's call didn't go through to us, instinctively I'm going to make a call to him.
Alrighty.
About.
Yeah, I would have
So-
definitely informed them both of the convoy heading that way. I would assume I'd probably see it first, so.
Oh yeah, probably.
Well, I get the call from him. One of us goes to call Nick. I'm just going to say I call Nick. What's going on my end?
Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah. Then I relay back to Bruce. Yeah, Nick's phone's down. Something's going on. We need to get there.
We are dealing with a technomancer. Maybe probably prudent to check in on him.
I assume that my car is parked somewhere in walking distance. So because
Oh,
that's
100%.
Yeah. So I don't do anything rash. I follow the road rules and make my way to the bar.
Bruce, what are you doing?
I would probably have to find some place to land. I would imagine that, having been doing this for a week, I found a few suitable locations.
Yeah, there's definitely a
within
park nearby, and there's even a decent enough area that you can even hide your vehicle. Most people don't go near there, but otherwise it's definitely risky, to say the least. But, situations are situations.
Right. Yeah, so I guess I'll do that. Do what I gotta do.
Alrighty, so make me a driving check to land that shit.
Can we just say it
Indeed.
lands?
Oh no, we're gonna make that check. We're gonna make that check.
Okay. So what was that again? It was piloting plus was it intuition?
Yeah,
Reaction.
intuition. No reaction.
Reaction. Okay. That will be. I got 2 hits.
All right, that's definitely enough. It's not exactly a super complex thing to land where you were going to land. So you will land. It was mildly rocky, but other than that, not too much of a problem. As you quickly head over, I'm going to say at this point, you guys arrive roughly at the same time as you can see from the parking lot itself. These elves getting out of the vehicles, they don't seem to have any obvious weapons on them, and you can count 6 of them as they begin to enter. This place is busy enough that pulling guns in the street would be a big bad idea unless you want to. If you guys want to pull the trigger now, that is completely fine.
Is there any other kind of high-level buildings around this bar?
Not overly high-level buildings so
Just
much.
kind of a
Maybe the highest would be 2-story. This is kind of a low-level suburban area here.
Would
someone give me cover.
with this MAD scanner that I got, would I be able to detect weapons and concentrations of metal on them?
Yeah, what's the range of a mad scanner? I can't remember.
5 meters.
Yeah, I can say you could easily be 5 meters away in the car park. What is the rating of that of the mad scanner?
I think it's just as is. I don't think it has a rating. It just has a range.
Okay. There's usually a rating on sensors, but either way, you make a matrix perception check to use it or an electronic warfare check. So, just a perception check. Sorry, not a matrix. So, make me a perception check if you want, man.
Okay, yeah, that sounds a lot better than electronic warfare, which I'm certain I don't look to have.
No, it is a logic-based skill too, and your character isn't the most intelligent.
Hey man, just because that's what it says on paper. Alright, perception. And you say I get to add logic?
Perception is intuition.
Intuition, okay. Alright, 1 second here. That's my intuition, gotcha. And rolling dice. 4 hits.
Okay, with 4 hits, scanning them quickly, you can immediately notice that they indeed do have weapons on them. Small ones, about pistol size, in their various jackets.
Alright, what, do they all have weapons? I'm definitely making a note of that. And are there
2
any?
of them don't, but those people seem to be staying at the cars as the others are going towards the door.
Alright, what about, is there any cyberware at all I would notice either?
You don't see any overly obvious cyberware.
Okay.
That's a cyberware
With
scanner to
the-
get that. With the MAD scanner, you would only pick up cyberarms and stuff, just so you know.
Right, right. So, but none of those are picked up.
Okay, so I just need to know if you guys are going to follow them in or try to shoot them in front of the bar in a fairly public area.
Yeah, I would follow them in, if at all.
I've been writing what I was doing while you guys were
Yeah,
talking.
cool. Bluey, do you want to describe what you do?
Alright,
And
so
then we're
basically,
yeah.
I park my car about a block away, start kind of hastily making my way there, peer around the corner and probably see this going on. So then I back away from the corner, invis myself, take no drain. Oh wait, no, sorry, I auto inject in my suit some psych to slow down my heartbeat at this. Then yeah, invis myself, take no drain. Then taking the 1 minus, I then levitate myself. Kind of, I guess it's kind of fast, being only 2-story. That'd be like, what's it, 6 meters a second because it's force times 2 meters a second.
I thought it was 4 meters, but yeah.
Force meters, 3 meters a second. It's kind of slow, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make my way up there and then kind of find a place that I can still kind of hide behind, I guess. Is
Yeah,
it like
quite
a house with a... Is it
This
a
seems
house
to be
with
some
like
kind of decent-sized shop front that has a second story.
Oh, yeah. Does it have like a sign or anything on the top? Or
Oh yeah,
just...
at the top it's got your usual exhaust fans and things like that. Stuff to
Right.
hide behind is fairly easy to find.
And I guess basically I look at... Can I say that they're armed?
No, unless you want to make a perception check.
Oh yeah, I still
You'll
rolled
be
a
taking it at a -6
-6. All right, that
Yeah.
would be... I'll be rolling...
because of the concealability of their weapons.
Oh yeah, yep, 6. That's 8. That's 9. I'll still be rolling 9.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I
How
rolled
is your
15.
perception that high?
Hawkeye gives me
Whoa.
+1, and then I've got specialization.
That's amazing, dude.
3 hits.
All right, with 3 hits, you can see that they are indeed carrying heavily concealed weapons on their person, usually on their jackets or even strapped on their arms and stuff like that.
Well, at that sign, I am going to cast a mana bolt through my power focus. Yeah. What force? I'm gonna go force 10, so that's overloading.
Sure.
So 13. I'll be rolling.
While he's doing that, what I'm saying before is when he said reinforcements are coming, I'm going to cast Force 2 Deflection on myself and sustain it on
You
my
didn't get the
guy
call.
focus.
You didn't get the call.
He said what the guy said.
Oh, never mind
He
then.
told
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, because
Yep.
as soon as you said that, by the way, Nick, they're going to come through the door. Basically, this guy had called for reinforcements ages ago, and he was waiting.
Okay.
All right, so at this point, Nick, as this happens, you cast the spell. Deflection, is that obvious? I'm guessing it's like a shimmering
No.
force around you?
It's a very, very faint shimmering force. They won't notice it unless they start seeing my bullets curving away from yours on them.
Yeah. So either way, you cast the spell. However you do cast them, maybe a quick prayer or something, seeing as the character's Catholic. And then you look behind you, and you see about 4 dudes enter. And then one guy at the end, he just begins to fucking scream as his eyes start to like almost visibly melt as he drops to the ground. And I'd like everyone to roll initiative.
Yes.
So initiative is just going to be reaction plus intuition check.
No one fucking sees Bruce.
It's that number, and then you roll the amount of dice that you get. So, Heath, for you, I don't know what your initiative is, but it should just have it on there. So say.
So real quick, it was initiative. I think I got it written down. I think I got 9d6 to roll for initiative, according to this.
You should have your initiative score. So
Yeah.
that is your reaction plus your intuition.
Yeah, 5, 6, 7.
That does not in d6s. So this is a flat roll now, and then I need to know how many d6s you roll. Or you can just tell me what augmentations you have, and I'll just fucking tell you.
Well,
Do you have synaptic boosters?
so I don't got the augmentation I got for that is what was that? Yeah, synaptic booster.
Yep, that's
What-
1d6.
Plus,
What rating is it?
plus I got rating 2, so it's plus 2d6 to the initiative, and then my reaction with the synaptic booster would be up to a 5, from 3 to 5, and then
Okay. What?
No.
Okay, so your reaction score is 5, your intuition score is 3, so that's 8. Now you get a plus 1d6 just naturally, and the synaptic boosters kick in. So you're rolling 3d6 plus 8.
36 plus 8. Okay.
Now don't tell me the hits here, just tell me what you get.
So I just gotta tell you how many hits I got, right?
No, don't tell me how many hits you
Count
get.
the faces.
I got 10 on the 3d6s.
Okay, so 10 plus 8 is 18. So, basically, you start walking over to the vehicles themselves. I saw you said in the chat that you want to get a good look at the drivers, maybe even knock them out. And as you're going, you see the men that got out, the elves, piling into the bar. The last one out just begins to fucking scream, holding his head, as you can see his eyes almost visibly melt. And at this point, it's up to you if you want to go into combat mode, because you're probably not entirely sure how that happened.
It's probably what now?
It was magic.
Yeah, I'm completely like in business stealth, and I just murdered someone. Like I didn't tell anyone that I was doing this.
Look, he's not dead. He's screaming. He is not dead.
Oh, I attempted to murder someone.
The idea I was going to do was basically like roll up as stealthily as possible and try to knock out the drivers so they have no means to get away.
Yeah. Well, if you want to go for the drivers right now, that is fine. Otherwise, attacking the guys in the bar is going to be super obvious.
Yeah, no, I would like to go for the drivers.
All right, so one of the drivers has kind of half gotten out the car with the door open, which leads you a very good opening to get this guy. I saw that you rolled 7 hits for stealth in the chat, so was that you that did that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it.
Yep, and I'll let you keep that as your stealth roll. And if you want, you can easily make an attack roll. So how are you going to take this guy down?
I'd probably take out the stun baton and just nonchalantly kind of walk by as he's getting out and crack him on the back of the neck with it. You know, between that particular blow and the electricity, hopefully knock him unconscious pretty quick, and without losing stride, move over to the next driver.
All right. So for that, I want you to make a agility plus the skill that you have in clubs.
Oh shit. Okay.
You didn't take clubs, did you?
No, I totally overlooked that.
Okay.
All right, we'll just do agility then. So, $3 no whammy. I mean, agility's pretty good. I got 2 hits.
Alrighty. What is the damage of the club, please?
The stun baton. Fuck, man, I feel so unprepared now. I didn't write that.
It's alright, man. You can tweak your character after the game. That's cool. Don't worry.
Yeah. You took unarmed combat, didn't you?
What's that?
Did you take unarmed combat?
No, I didn't think about that. I
Okay,
totally
never mind.
forgot that you need like a separate combat everything for every goddamn weapon in this game.
Yeah.
No, I have knives and pistols. That's pretty much it. Maybe
I'm going to tell you right now, Heath, you do hit. Because he is completely unaware, and in this game when someone is unaware, they don't roll to dodge. You just hit. So you get
Okay.
2 net successes, and then you add the damage of your weapon, which I need to know.
Right, I'm finding it right now. Okay, club. Stun baton is 9S, 9 stun.
Okay. Cool, thank you. That's 11 stun damage that he's going to take, and now he's going to make his roll. But it's at a -5, because I know all electric weapons, AP -5.
Yeah.
So, you don't... okay, so you smack him. Like, as you pull it out, you're probably not used to the weight of this thing quite yet. Maybe it's something your character's recently picked up to be more of a professional. You whack him straight where you wanted to hit him, and the guy kind of starts, fidgeting, and he drops to the ground on his knees, but he's barely up.
Really? Oh, alright. I don't know if I can do anything else.
And that is your turn.
In the face.
Alrighty, now we are going to go with whoever got a 16.
Yep, me.
Alright, it's your turn.
Alright. How many guys are there?
So right now there is one guy that you can see who is going into the building itself.
I can only see one guy. Alright.
Yeah, you had to levitate up, and that would have taken time then.
Yeah,
And they were
yeah,
already
yeah.
going to the building at that time.
Is that the same guy I hit before?
Yeah. He's on his knees right now, screaming.
Alright, I'll just do a straight Force 5.
Yeah.
Mana bolt at him again.
Do you have
So-
Witness My Hate, or...?
No.
Oh, you really should get that. It's really good quality
I
for
don't
that.
know what that is. What is it?
It gives you +2 damage on just mana bolts and like things like that.
Oh, that's
But
amazing.
it increases the drain by 2 as well, which is worth it.
Yes. Is that a quality?
Yeah, it's quality. Witness My Hate.
I
It's
probably
so-
don't have it.
It's a super cool name to Witness My Hate.
Alright.
I'm so edgy.
We'll roll. 13 on 12.
Accuracy is the maximum amount of hits that you can get, Bruce.
Okay.
Yep, 5 hits.
Okay, he's going to make his check to resist. He fails. So, once again, you focus your energy and mind, kind of point it at this guy, and you end him as the last bit of his eyes roll out of his head, as you can see his skin visibly necrotize as his screams go to a close.
Magic is horrible.
Yes, it is. It says it causes skin necrosis and shit, and
Yeah,
melting eyes. Why
it's
not?
like firing microwaves into them.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah. Okie
Um,
dokie. So that is your turn, Bluey. Unless you would like to move away or.
I am quite confident in my hiding abilities for now.
Okie dokie. So now we're going to go to the person who got 13.
Yep.
All
Okay,
right.
how many guys are there at the bar elves who came to the bar?
So 3 people have come to the bar, and you can see behind them they've kind of turned around to notice their friend is dead, and is kind of a bluish kind of steam is rising from his head.
Alright, I'm gonna grab this guy by his arm and say, "You're coming with me." And try and do I know of a back way out of the bar that isn't where
Yeah,
those guys are?
definitely. Yeah. There's definitely a back way out of the bar, usually where smokers go, just to go smoke in the alleyway.
Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna take him, try and hopefully he follows me.
He doesn't seem to want to follow you, as he seems fairly confident of the people that have just come in. That would be you can make an opposed strength plus body checks if you want to pull him.
I'm not too strong. I say, alright, gonna do this a slightly harder way. I'm gonna fire a mana bolt into one of those guys who just turned around.
Alrighty.
Actually probably step behind something first, like a table or something for cover.
Okay.
But keeping an eye on our target so he doesn't run away.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a force. What's the? It's only 4/6. So that's 5 hits.
Alright, with 5 hits, you kind of push the other guy aside as he doesn't want to follow you, seeming overconfident. You go, well, maybe you should be a little bit more scared than you currently are, as you stare at one of the other elves that is going to his jacket to pull out a gun at this point, looking frantically around to what the fuck happened before then. And you can just see a noticeable sizzling from him as he kind of looks bug-eyed, holding his head from a throbbing headache as blood starts to drip from his nose. Alrighty, and now we're going to go to last on the initiative is going to be the elves. Kind of composing themselves, getting up. 2 of them walk outside, kind of trying to get to know what the fuck is going on, looking around, trying to find where that came from. And they're going to roll a check. Okie dokie. Just cannot see anyone. They don't even notice you here, who just knocked someone out. As they just kind of, like, a car just kind of passed them, and the noise kind of, shocked them a bit. The other guy inside of the bar, as the bar is right now visibly screaming, and people getting up kind of thing, people going for their phones. The other guy kind of looks around, sees you, sees the Technomancer. He kind of shouts out, "Get him," kind of thing, and points to you. And the other elf, instead of obviously shooting you, as there's a lot of people around, he moves up to you, holding his head as blood drips from his nose, and he's going to attempt to grapple you, Nick.
Yep.
So make a either an escape artist check or just an unarmed attack.
See. Unarmed is not going to work, neither is escape artist. Pretty sure I'm going to fail this.
Yeah, escape artist is agility, by the way.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm not good at. A hit! 1 hit.
Mate, you're rolling a lot better than me. So this guy attempts to grab you,
Hey,
and he seems to be... Yeah. He was rolling 8, and he goes up to... He got 0 hits. He goes up to you, and a pain in his head as he holds and is like, "Ah!" As kind of like a... Don't go near him, he's the one that fucking just melted your brain, as he looks at you in fear. The Technomancer looks around, and he starts heading towards the back, like, to where the bar is and is kind of shouting at the guy to let him in. There's people trying to get me, kind of thing. And the bartender looks fucking confused. He's like, "What the fuck is going on right now?" And now we're going to go to the top of the initiative. So what happens now here is that everyone minuses their initiative by 10. So if anyone had any initiative less than 10, they don't go anymore. The people that do get to go again. So Bruce, yours is 8, but you go again.
Okay. So one guy is not unconscious yet, right?
No, the guy that you hit is still writhing on the floor right now, seemingly too preoccupied with being electrified.
All right. Well, that's good news. Well, what about the other driver? What's he doing right now?
Right now, the other driver is getting in the car and starting it up.
Is all right. So time-wise, is he in the car? Do I have time to intercept, or
You most
perhaps?
definitely do. He's in the car, but the windows are not actually completely down yet. He's starting to roll them up.
Okay. Now, theoretically, could I use my knife to stab nerve clusters or otherwise smash them over the head with the pommel to knock them unconscious, as opposed to use the club?
Yeah.
Go in right
Yeah,
now.
there is an action you can do. You take a -2 to hit, but you deal stun damage instead.
Yeah, that might. That's actually probably significantly better. So the -2 would be just I roll 2 less dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah, that still gives me.
It's a cool shot. Basically, you're aiming for non-lethal areas, either stabbing in like painful places that don't cause much bleeding, stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, it's still definitely better than the club right now. Okay, I think. How about could I just throw one of my grenades, one of my fucking knockout grenades through the window into this car real quick?
Yeah, sure. What grenade are you throwing in? A flashbang or one of the tear gas grenades, or what are you doing?
I have some of those neurostun grenades.
Oh, neurostun! Oh, throw it in, my friend.
All right. So what is it? That's just agility.
Yeah. Yeah, agility minus. Yeah, agility. Yeah. If you just try agility.
All right. Oh, that's good. All right, I got. According to this, I got 4 hits to throw the grenade in
Yes.
the car.
So a direct hit with a quite an easy sideways throw. The grenade spins into the car, lands in, and then you start to hear that beautiful.
Right.
As the car begins to fill with gas, and you can see the guy is trying to start the car. He's like, "Oh no!"
It takes a combat turn to work.
Whatever I'm saying, it worked.
Okay, never mind.
Hey, he's saying it worked, dude. Shut up.
Alright.
Either way, the guy wasn't getting away.
Before, then hit the pavement.
Yeah. Okie dokie. So now we're going to be going down. You can move if you want, Heath. Did you want to move anywhere, or?
Can you cash your move in or something to kick this dude in the face down there to make sure he's out? Is that possible?
I can say you can definitely stand over him to make sure he doesn't move anymore.
All right. Yeah, I will lord over him then for a moment until I comes
Boot
around.
and face.
Yeah. So I can get a chance to stomp accordingly.
Alrighty. So you position your boot in the face as the guy continues to writhe from the electric shock. Alright, now we are going to go to number 6, so that is Bluey.
Alright, so I can't see any enemies currently.
You can definitely see, well, actually, whether or not you can see your friend Heath, but you can most definitely see the destruction he is causing, with the gas starting to plume out of the car, and you take a double check and you can actually see someone writhing on the floor and a boot positioned over his head.
Because I have super perception, bro.
Yeah.
If I move is there like a window I can see through on the other, like, opposite side if I move across?
The only way you're going to be able to get a good position on this bar is to either go inside, or that's it. Or wait till they come out. If they come out, you'll see them, but they're not.
For now, I'll cast a. What is it? Yeah, I'll just cast a Force 5 clairvoyance on the inside of the door, so I can see what's going on inside.
Yeah, sure.
Also, do negatives do drain tests get affected by negatives? Like,
Drain tests don't, but your
yeah,
other
okay,
tests
that's
will.
good. That's good. Alrighty then, I am going to use Edge and re-roll that because I got no hits. Alright, that's a bit better. Bye. That gets the full 4-5. So, yeah. And
Okay, so you got 5 hits?
Yeah.
Alright, with 5 hits, you position a remote little camera down there with your mind, and looking on inside, you can see the place is fairly chaotic at the moment. You can see one guy trying to grab at Nick's character. You can see the others kind of, well, you can... Oh, shit! Sorry, the elves were out front.
Oh, they were?
The 2 elves were out front. They were looking out front for you. They couldn't see you.
Oh, can I retcon the action then? Tom?
They looked out for you. Yeah.
Yeah, alright, no worries. Alright, I will force 7 mana bolt one of them.
Sure.
That was 6 hits.
Alright. Also, something to note, Bluey, if you don't go over the force, you don't get physical damage. Just so you know. It's different from 4th edition. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I always...
Yeah. So when you cast that Force 10, you didn't take physical, you took stun. If you got 11 hits, then you would.
Okay. That's right then.
Yeah. That's how it works. Okie dokie. So you fire off the spell, you got how many hits? 6?
6.
Oh my god. Alright, you blast this guy's mind as he comes outside, and he once again bends to his knees, holding his head as it's starting to visibly throb. The guy next to him looks like he's almost shat his pants. Alright, Nick, it's your turn.
Alright. I'm going to start by moving up to him and then just scream out, "We're getting you out of here."
Alright, make yourself.
And does he look like he's taking this? Alright.
I'm going to give you a +3 situational bonus, though.
Yeah. I was going to say.
Alright. 3 hits.
Run! Alright, with 3 hits, he looks at you, kind of realizing what have you just done to his comrade. Even though that guy's still up, he goes, kind of gulps, and looks at you as if, you know, let's go, I guess.
Alright, follow me. And I'm going to exit the bar from the back entrance.
Did you want to do anything else with your action? Did you want to try to kill that guy that's trying to grab you? What?
I think we're going to, slam out another mana bolt. Scream, shout something in German at him. Suck the devil's dick or something.
Scheißenkopf!
Mein Leben! And fire off a Force 6 mana bolt at him.
Sure.
5 hits again.
Alright, with 5 hits, the guy is kind of, you know, hears what you're saying, we get out of here, and then the guy kind of gets me, says, not if it's on my watch! And then you kind of just scream what you just did, and as if the shout actually visibly did something, he's kind of knocked back as he coughs up blood. Alright, and then Nick, you're going to leave?
Yep.
Alright, you start leaving, and that guy... Yeah. Okay, and that guy follows you. On the bad guy's turns, the guy that you'd hit, his initiative was lowered enough because of the pain that you dealt him. He just kind of stands there holding his chest, coughing up blood as you leave through the back entrance. And at this point, you exit the back entrance, and Bluey, you can actually see them coming out the back. And the guy at the front that just saw his friend start to have a horrible headache just starts sprinting down the street, just like, fuck this!
I'm so going to try and finish him off. I'm just going to watch him and just go...
Alrighty then. And at that point, we're going to -10 the initiative again. and
That's
that sadly
relay.
ends the initiative sector. So at this point, we're going to kind of cut out of initiative because I don't think we overly need it.
Yep.
The guy is getting horribly gassed by Heath. Heath, where are you going to go from there?
Well,
I
so
call out to you guys over here.
the one guy is out. The other guy is writhing, with electrical shock.
Boot him?
But he's not unconscious. So I don't.
No.
What kind of condition is he in? Does it look like I would be able to divert my attention elsewhere for a moment, assuming I just
Mate,
stay?
you could just put your... Yeah, you could just kind of go like that with your foot and hit him in the head hard enough. He'll be out. It'll be like next to no problem for you.
Right. Well, yeah, the reason I ask is basically I kind of want to hurl another one of my neuro stun grenades into the bar where the rest of the elves went, right? They went into the bar.
Yeah, sure, if you want to hurl
Well,
a grenade in there, go ahead.
Knock all the civilians out.
What's that?
Knock all the civilians out.
There is still a guy out front, and mind you, there is civilians also streaming out the front as well.
Right. I mean, I'm going to kill him. Just put him to sleep. I'm going to frag. Fuck, man. Let me try to... I'm worried if I leave that guy's going to get up. I don't want that.
I've literally said you can take him out. Just literally put your foot down. Like
All
right now
right.
you're out of combat, so you can kind of go whack, and then you can just kind of throw that grenade.
Okay, yeah. So then, I will boot him across the goddamn face, and then hurl that other grenade, the neurostun grenade, into the bar, and try and knock the rest of everything out in there.
Alrighty.
Let's see here, just agility. So I only got 2 hits that time.
Alrighty.
I don't know if that's good enough. Should I edge it? I don't know. Okay, let's see what happens with 2 hits. So I know what I'm working with here.
So you're just going to kind of throw at the door? You're going to throw through a window into the middle of the bar, or what are you doing?
Yeah, probably through the window would be the best bet.
Yeah. So you're kind of trying to throw into the middle of the room, but instead of going to the middle of the room, you smash through the window, and instead you land into actually where the bar is. And the smoke starts rising, and you don't really get any of the elves, but one guy gets caught, the guy that got really hurt by the mana bolt on the inside, and he kind of coughs on his last cough on the gas as he falls asleep. And now we're just going to go over to Nick. So Nick, you have the Technomancer, at the wrist, probably holding him kind of thing, so he doesn't run away. He doesn't look like he's going to be at this point. He seems significantly scared shitless of you guys. So where are you going to try to take him, Nick?
Okay, for a start to my car, assuming that the people throwing mana bolts at the guy was my comrades, I call out to them to say that I'm here.
What, are you just shouting?
And I've got the guy. I'm guessing I can see Bluey's character levitating up in the air. Does he, or?
Unless you got astral
No, I
sight,
can't
you
see
can't see shit.
No, unless I want to stop and perceive. Now I'm just gonna
Also,
run
he
my
is right
car.
now hiding, so seeing his character is going to be pretty difficult.
Alright, yeah, I'm just going to run to my car.
Yeah. So
Well-
running to your car, you pull him along, and then I'm guessing you're just going to chuck him in the back seat.
Yep.
Do you want to kind of search his body for weapons, or are you just going to chuck him in the back?
That's a good point. Just tell him to dump anything he's got that can be tracked, guns, comlinks, just dump it all on the ground.
He just kind of looks up at you. Very well. As you can see him pulling a taser out of a fairly like a secretive compartment in his jacket and putting it down.
I would like to finish off that guy running away.
All right,
Yeah,
Nick.
so
As
he
he
holds
pulls
the
this,
comic back.
wait. I was still with Nick, Bluey. All right,
Oh, no.
Nick. So as he pulls this out, you're watching him, and as he does this, you kind of go, okay, all right, and you get in your car, and just in the corner of the mirror, you can see him kind of smile with a smirk, kind of a smirk of like, that wasn't everything.
Do I have time to do anything?
What do you do?
Training bot.
Um,
What a twist.
Clout him.
You just kind of look around, and as you're doing this, you can actually see him visibly going into one of his pockets, pulling out something, and you and him are going to roll initiative.
All right. I'll just use edge. I go first.
All right, you're first. What do you do?
I'm gonna cast a clout spell at him.
All right.
Actually,
Clout's a direct spell, isn't it? That's a mana spell, right?
Actually, no, lightning bolt. I'm gonna do lightning bolt. Actually,
That's the way. You guys are learning.
Clout's physical.
Clout's a stun.
Yeah, it's stun, but it's a direct spell, not an indirect.
Oh, if it's a
Okay.
direct spell, that's fine. Yeah. The thing is indirect spells generally do fuck all damage. That's the problem with them.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, he can't. He's sitting in a seat, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard for him to dodge. 4 hits on the lightning bolt, which was a 4-6.
All right. With 4 hits, you smack him snap dab in the chest as you pull around, point your finger, and lightning rips from your hand. It rides up and down his body, and now he's going to make a check. That was 4-6, yeah?
Yep.
All right, he's going to make his resistance check. All right, so he is like, as he's getting wrecked by it, and he kind of the gun that is clutching in his hands, which is like a tiny little hideout. He drops onto the floor, and as it kind of switches to his turn, he drops down quickly. Still kind of writhing from the electricity from his body, is going to attempt to take a shot at you. You will get to make a dodge check, but it's kind of mitigated from you can't move much and you kind of have cover. It's kind of mitigated, so just a straight dodge check.
All right. All right. 2 hits.
All right, with 2 hits, okay, he hits you. I want you to make a armor plus body check. AP, just armor plus body. No modifiers.
All right. Wearing my armor jacket as usual, and I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits.
You take 2 points of stun damage as the bullet collides with your armor, cushioning most of the blow. And then we're going to -10 initiative. And what was your initiative? Did you actually roll?
Oh, yeah, I have to roll anyway.
Yeah, you
it
have
would
to
have
roll.
been 7. Yeah, 7.
It would have been 7.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't get a turn, and neither does he. And then we're going to re-roll initiative.
Okay. Oh, he's been hit by electricity, so.
Yeah. He would have normally been able to get one, but you -5 his initiative.
Okay. 8.
All right, his first. He kind of, at this point, tries to fire at you again with a gun.
Alright.
As he kind of positions himself to the other side of the car. Make a dodge check at a -1.
3 hits.
Alright, with 3 hits, you're able to dodge out of the way, just barely, as the bullet skims your armor. Now it's your turn.
It deflects as if by divine righteousness.
Oh, sorry, deflects. Very well.
I'm going to hit him in the chest with another lightning bolt. And
Alright, roll it.
tell him to go to hell. Alright, that is 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 3 hits.
Yep. Alright, so you slam another lightning bolt into his chest, and then with one final shriek, he's frozen as his body kind of jiggles a bit more. I'm gonna fly over to Bluey.
Right.
Oh, sorry, you cut out there for a bit for me.
Yeah, you did.
I cut out for
But,
everyone.
you did? Okay. Well, I'm
Yeah, you
guessing
cut
he's
out
dead,
for me.
is what you were saying.
Yes, he most definitely died.
Well, I'm watching that guy run away.
Okay, so at this point, Bluey, what you saw through that, you saw Nick's character run out to his car, and before you can react, you're kind of watching that other guy running away or whatever. It's up to you if you want to go down to where Nick is, or you can stay up here and try to take out the rest of the elves.
Yeah, that's basically what I want to do. I want to take out
All
the rest of the others. So I'm watching the guy furthest away. And I'm going to. But, oh man, if I take 5 more stun, I'm knocked out. But YOLO. So I'm gonna force 10. This guy running away. Mana bolt through
Yeah,
my
sure.
power focus.
Yep, sure.
Yeah. Alright, that's 7 hits.
Alright, with 7 hits, you rack the guy's brain, and from a sprint, he starts to slow to a crawl, as you can see him also noticeably grabbing his head, and even from the distance where he's at, you can start to hear some screams and shouts.
Right. Right, so I took 3 stun damage from that, so I'm on 8 now. 2 more and I'm down.
What do you want to do?
I'll force 5 standard.
Alrighty.
That's 3 hits.
Okay. With a last little bust of effort, as you stare at the guy, he seems to keel over. And as that happens, you snap out into reality, and even over your headache, you can hear in the distance of police sirens. And all of you guys start to hear this at the same time.
Fucking cheese it.
Yep.
So you guys going to
to
run
the
away
back-
and get any cars, or?
Well,
Well, I haven't seen you guys yet, so
yeah.
I know you're there, but
fucking-
I don't know what you're doing or
my
what
car
you're doing.
is use knowledge streets to find a suitable getaway route. So if you let me.
Yeah, sure. Heath, what are you doing?
So he just killed all the elves?
Yeah,
One of them,
those
I don't
there was
know.
only like 1 or 2 left, man.
I don't know. You said there were some in the bar, so I don't know.
Yeah, they mostly got killed.
Okay.
By
I'm
you,
leaving.
by the way. All right, how are you gonna leave? You just gonna run towards your glider?
Yeah. I would like to stealth if I can. Run in a stealthy manner. Hearing these sirens, I'm not trying to be around anymore and not be seen.
Alrighty, so you guys will get out there your respective ways, grabbing onto the vehicles, using your knowledge of street as you jump into your car to scatter pretty quickly. Some of you guys even passing some police as they drive past, but you guys look inconspicuous enough to get away relatively fine. So, where are you guys going to meet up?
Do I have a working comlink? Oh, my
No.
car would be able. No. Okay.
Oh, your car will. Yeah, sorry, your car will. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call them through my car then, if I know their numbers. I
Yep.
remember them.
Sure.
All
right, you call.
Yeah,
who you
well-
gonna call up? Me or?
I'm gonna call up our mage. That's
Me.
Bluey.
Yep.
And say, I'm guessing that was you out there.
Yeah. I'm not feeling very good.
I've got one dead guy. I'm thinking I'm going to the Barrens now.
Yeah, it's a suitable place to go. We're not too far from it, I think. Are we?
Where are you guys going?
Barons.
I'm gonna drive to the Barrens or Pullet, whichever one's close. I'm guessing the Barrens is closest from here.
Pulley-up is like really far away. Barrens is close.
Yeah, sorry, Barrens, yeah. And give a call up to
Barrens is a hop, skip, and a jump away.
Yeah. And tell him that we got a dead guy here,
Alright.
and our job is done, pretty much. I guess, yeah, it is.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, now. Yeah.
Now we can.
Alright, Heath, you there?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Sorry about that, guys. So, Heath, you're going to be joining them in the Redmond Barrens. I'm guessing you guys are going to call him as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So, where are you guys
I
going to be
think that
going
was
in the Barrens?
I assumed that he had a house in the Barrens where he could fly his plane from.
Probably. Like I said, I have two low income thingies, lifestyles. So
Yeah, low
like
lifestyle,
safe
that's
house.
definitely Barrens.
Okay. Yeah, we'll meet up at my safe house. My
Alright, so you
shanty.
guys... Yeah, cool. So you guys all meet up at his safe house. He flies in, you guys drive in. And, Nick, I'm guessing you kind of push that guy's body aside in your car or whatever.
I want to put him in a duffel bag. I don't want him to ruin the freaking upholstery.
Yeah, sure.
Did we get the information? Did we learn anything from this guy, or is he just dead now?
It was working with Evo Corp, but we didn't get much more than that.
Yeah.
If we didn't
Dang it.
learn anything, and he's dead.
No, because they thought the gangers were doing. They suspected that it
There was
wasn't
probably
the
more information we
Elf
could have
Strings
gotten
doing
out
it.
of him, but not anymore.
But we know. I think the fact that now they know that Evo Corp is out for Gentech is good enough for them. So
Okay.
that's about that. I just need to find somewhere to dump this idiot. Trying to help him, and then he tried to literally shoot me in the back.
Alright. So I guess I just want to get it sorted. We did learn what we needed to learn, right?
You
Ultimately.
guys don't know if you learned enough.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm pretty
We
torn
learned
about it.
something.
How about we call fucking Doc Wagon and have them resurrect this asshole?
No, you can't resurrect something. Hey, we've got his comm link though. I wonder if he wiped that or not. Oh no, we dropped that. That's right.
Well,
He's a
the
technomancer, so I wouldn't bank on getting anything useful out of anything electronic he has.
Mm.
Probably all wired up with shit. I mean, the cops have probably picked it up, maybe. But I think that's pretty much that.
Doc Wagon cannot
Now we
resurrect
think
people, I'm afraid. Basically, you go into negative boxes, and he took well over to die. He was on like 2 life for the longest time, and he nuked him down to like -7. He's dead.
He's most
Okay,
definitely beyond.
He is
yeah,
one crispy dude.
is
We need
there
to
a
find a
mean-
place to chuck his corpse. Who
Well-
has? Does anyone have area knowledge or anything? Or else just call up a fixer and ask him where do we, put something that wants
Streets.
to not be found.
Is it possible to I don't know how this would work in Shadowrun. Can we probe his frontal frickin' lobe? Jack his brain into a computer or something? Kind of thing, you know? I don't know if that's doable. I really want to know what he knows.
Gentech might, I don't know if it's in the book, but Gentech might have some pretty funky technology. Being
Right.
I have a feeling his entire nervous system is degraded by this point.
Yeah, you probably fried his brain.
If you guys really want to know whether or not you did well on this mission, why don't you call the Johnson and ask and tell him about the situation?
Yeah.
Basically, we need to tell Johnson.
Give him a call while we're trying to find a place to chuck this corpse. I'm just gonna say, someone call the fixer and just find out if we can find a good place to dump the corpse in Redmond Barrens.
Well, that's not his job.
No, the fixer might know. If you ask him, where can I dump stuff that doesn't need that shouldn't be found?
What is the fixer? You mean your fixers or the Johnson?
Ours, as a service.
Yeah. Well, you can call your fixer. Mine's a Gentech Corper, so.
Ah, okay. All right, I'm gonna call up Hans, my fixer.
Hans. Is he Seattle bound? I'm guessing this guy's in Seattle, but whatever.
Yeah. German, but he's in Seattle.
All right, you call up Hans. Says hello, sir.
Hello, Hans. And I'm speaking in German.
Yeah.
I need to make. I've got something that shouldn't be found. I'm in the Rebben Barrens. You know a good area in the Rebben Barrens that things won't be found?
He
As
says
in
specifics.
forever?
Specifics. There's many things that don't want to get found in this day and age.
I mean, you know, big sort of once was alive kind of, you know, not be found.
A corpse. It's called a corpse. Don't have bullshit, man.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
corpse.
pretty much it.
So you need a place to get rid of a corpse? I know a guy. He gets rid of corpses. It's what he does. Well, actually, he eats the corpses, but you know, ghouls. They have many uses. Many uses.
Oh, that's grisly, but I guess it's reliable.
He says, "Don't worry about payment. This guy actually pays me for this, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it."
All right. Where?
He basically gives you a locale in the Rebben Barrens. From what you know about this place and area, it's actually like a actual ghoul commune. So that's where it goes.
All right. Gonna send one extra crispy corper.
Yes. When you guys
and
get over
while-
there, and sorry, go on.
Yeah, I'm asking someone else to call up the Johnson while I'm organising
All right.
this as well.
So yeah, you're going to drive off with the corpse, but during this time, who's going to call the Johnson? I'm guessing Bluey is.
Yeah, why not? Yep.
All right. So Bluey, you call the Johnson. Says
Alright.
hello there. Is everything done and dusted?
Well, yeah. We got minimal information out of him, sadly. As far as we got to know, was he wasn't working with these terrorists. He was working with Evo Corp. And before we could extract more, he'd already called reinforcements. And yeah, then there was a fight to the death. We killed a large group of elves. I don't know if we could identify them as the Sylvan Elves, could we?
They're most definitely Sylvanesti. That's obvious enough.
Yeah, no, and yeah, there were a bunch of Sylvanesti elves that we had killed. And
With no
he's dead, of
accountable
course.
evidence or any data, this makes this a little bit hard. And no obvious confessions, and him just simply what? Just saying he works with Evo Corp?
He's been offloading information to Evo Corp, yeah.
And he wasn't working with the Sylvanesti?
That's what he says, but then a huge group of them came to, save his ass.
Remember, I did get that out of him using magic, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, he implied that he wasn't working with them, but, it's a bit weird that a group of them, he could have been simply using them.
Well, without a proper confession or any recorded evidence or anything, I don't know what to take here. We're at an impasse, aren't we?
Yeah, I agree.
At this point, until you can get me some more hard evidence, we're going to have a little bit more trouble with whether or not I can believe what is happening is true. Mind you, Evo Corp seems to make a bit of sense, he says, and it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility that this has happened. Now, if it's going to be too difficult for you to acquire any more information, I'm afraid that I'm going to have to take a significant pay dock.
Well, I'd rather not work against Evo Corp since, I'm on I've got a bounty on my head by them.
He says very well. He says as long as your team is fine with it, we'll take a pay dock down to 5,000, and the information that you've gathered for us is good enough.
Yeah, agreed.
Alright. Tell the rest of your team. We'll send you location of where we'll have the money stored for you secretively.
Alright. I do that.
Alright. He then hangs up. Alright. So at this point, pretty much what has happened, and whether or not your characters even wanted this, you guys are now getting a docked payment down to 5,000 because you guys weren't able to find any more
Yeah.
significant evidence or a proper
We didn't get
confession
enough.
to actually him saying that either corp was that. Either way, you guys are going to get 5,000, and you guys are going to get 3 karma each.
3 karma?
Yeah.
Weird. I don't remember agreeing to this deal.
He did it
Come
for
on,
you,
son.
Son of a bitch.
You know, like, it's not really our fault that he died. It was we did too much stun damage to him. You know.
It was
It's hard to
actually
keep track of
physical.
that.
It was. He was kind of trying to kill me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
no.
even recall like this being
Lightning
on-
bolt. Lightning bolt does stun damage. He just overflowed into physical.
No, lightning bolt does physical.
No, lightning bolt kills.
Really?
In 4th
I always.
edition.
Problem is that.
Oh,
Dude,
jeez.
you've been hit with lightning.
Everything.
Yeah. So yeah, sorry about that, guys, but that's just what happens in Shadowrun. Either way, you guys are still going to get your payment, and I'm going to be honest. The reason I didn't continue is because I don't have that much time left, and this would have been entirely another run to do this. So either way, Gentic is probably going to get in touch with you guys to do some more missions in the future, as they were happy with the quick and efficiency of the job itself. And sadly, life is life, and that is what happens in war. Anyway, so thanks for watching, if anyone actually does watch this, and see you next time.